Today's sponsors, JDG Advisors. This is me. I help businesses with marketing strategy. I do advisement work. I do strategy work. I help them understand where they're going and they're going in the right way, the right way. I also do AI adoption support and consultation, just like this. But the reality is we're only here for 60 minutes. So there's a world where you or anybody you know or businesses you work with want to really make this a thing that you're moving forward on. Please let me know. Please introduce me. And please know that anybody here, you've got access to me if you want to do a 30, 60-minute call just to like level set and keep you going down the right path. You have my schedulers. Just hit me up. Right. Part two, practical. Okay. So here's where we're getting into updates and stuff. So we all are familiar with these tools. These are like the top six most widely used tools. What I want you to do, I've already said this, is I want you to, if you're asking me which tool should I use, I'm just going to ask you which tool are you using, and I'm going to tell you to stay just using that tool. They all have pros and cons. Like, they all have pros. The con is that they don't all do the same thing, and they're all not one amazing tool. So if you're using a tool today, don't worry about the nitty gritty here, right? These are the differences. This is what they're best at. This is what they're weak at. Here's their predominant users and their predominant use cases. At the end of the day, they all really can do the same thing. It's when you start to become a regular user that I think you're in a zone where it's okay to strap on another tool because you figured out why that tool is good at that one specific thing. And so my point here is don't spread yourself too thin. Use the tool that works for you and expand down the road. What's up, Donna?
I'm probably ahead of where you are, but so I have used ChatGPT since inception, right? 1.0, 2.0, whatever it was. And now, because I am an IT person, the company that I work for wants me to use Copilot. And they said, use Copilot because Copilot is what we tell people. And I'm like, why do we tell people that? I would tell people to use what works for them. I'm like, I've spent 3.5 years training. I can't find any way to put my training into Copilot and switch. I'm more making your point for you, and I'd like you to have a conversation with the owner of my company. But my point is, it's not easy to switch either because everything you've
Yeah.
entered into it, it knows you to a certain point, scary as that may be, but it does. And if one doesn't, it's not going to function the same way, and you're going to be constantly frustrated.
Totally, totally. Fortunately, that situation is what it is, right? You got a business that's switching from Macs to PCs or vice versa. Like, you have to use a computer. And in these worlds where one of the top objections is PII and safety and keeping data locked down and stuff. If a business is going down the path of saying use this, yeah, it might not be the best and it might not be what you are used to, but at least they're using it.
True. Unfortunately, I do possess $20 a month, so if they remove it from me, I will purchase it on my own.
Nice.
use use the one that works.
All right. This is a like quick cheat sheet just to give you the super high level, like what they're all best at and why you should use them. But I'm sure we're all past this.
Hey,
We're
Justin.
not going to dive into yeah, Benny.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing about something that I brand new, something I learned a couple weeks ago from a friend from San Francisco who was actually part of ChatGPT when they first designed ChatGPT, OpenAI. He was part of their beta launch and all that. So he's been there since like day one. He's uh, in in the tech space just in general. He told me that Chat Sam Altman with ChatGPT was the only company that designed their AI to not sound human, so that you could tell it's AI. Every other like Claude and can't remember. I don't know if it was Gemini or Perplexity. Like they designed it where you could. It literally almost sounds human, whereas ChatGPT, those dashes and the tone and all that, it's set up purposely so that people don't get confused for it being AI even as it develops. So which you think is the other way around. You think it's like Sam Altman is this evil, and he might still be evil, but completely, perspective, right? ChatGPT was not designed to sound like a human being.
I did not know that. Super cool. All right, we're about to roll into super practical stuff. All this is for you to know. In the preceding slides, I will be referencing functionality of ChatGPT. Specifically, I will be referencing these components. And this slide is to help you understand if you're using Perplexity, you are going to reference spaces, not projects, and so forth and so on. This is just a cheat sheet so that we can all stay on the same page.